Hi everyone, welcome to Casual Watch Talk Sunday Social. We are expecting more people. It's a bit of a light crowd to start with, and I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm like half a person. I'm feeling a bit rough. But
Happy Easter!
Oh yes, happy Easter, everyone.
I'm eating my Maltesers bunnies at the moment, so I just finished one of those. So happy Easter! If you got any Easter eggs, good on you.
Do you know what's weird? Do you know what's weird, Thomas? Like California, you could buy Easter eggs, chocolate eggs, but we've not seen any in the supermarkets in Florida. I don't know if it's a regional thing. I don't know. Todd, do you have like the chocolate eggs with the candy inside it and stuff? No.
It's not my bag.
Well, can you get them though where you are? Do they sell them?
You mean like the prepared baskets?
No, like they're like a chocolate egg, like that big. Usually, like they're in a foil wrapper. The whole thing is chocolate, and then you break it open, and there's like, candy inside, like jelly beans or Smarties or M&Ms.
I feel like they have something like that at the grocery store by me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because in England it's everywhere, isn't it, Thomas? I mean, there's
massive in England. There's everything, all the chocolate, all the candy bars bring out, all the chocolate bars bring out different egg. And yeah, it's a huge thing, huge money spinner for them in England.
It's, we've only seen mini eggs, the Cadbury's cream eggs, and then the Reese's. Reese's do a version of the Cadbury cream eggs, the little ones. But
it's all about the Easter bunny bringing you eggs. So maybe it's not an American thing. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
there you go. Well, on that bombshell, should we start? We're going to need a lot of help from the audience today, partly because there's three of us. Also, I'm slightly under the weather. So we'll need plenty of your picks as well. It should be an exciting topic to go over the what would James Bond wear now type of watch if he wasn't wearing the Omega. But before we do that, should we do a wristwatch check? Thomas, do you want to kick us off on this one?
I'm wearing my Tudor P01. Love this watch. It's one of my favorite watches. Haven't worn it for a while, but I had it on all this weekend. It's a great Tudor pick. Very underrated, and Dave even mentioned that it might get discontinued soon. So we'll see.
Is that an aftermarket strap?
No, it comes on this strap. It comes on this leather, rubber on one side, rubber lined sort of leather, and it's got these funny sort of links. And then the bezel locking system, which snaps out there.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. And that's how the bezel goes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool pick. Todd, what are you wearing?
So this is one of those ones where you kind of poke around on eBay for a while and you're always looking for a little treasure. And I've always liked this Gakoda watch brand. They're a UK brand. They had this tank watch. I found this tank watch, really cool watch. I got an aftermarket strap on it. I think it's discontinued. I was telling Sam earlier, it's really polished, but I think there were only 50. Look at how greasy my fingers are. There were only 50 made, and this is number 10 out of 50. I think that's what that is. But really a cool watch, and it even came with like a little leatherette like watch box. And I don't know, for someone who likes to dress in Art Deco, I thought it was a really cool watch.
Yeah, that is really cool. Well, I'm wearing a new watch that I got sent in by. It's been a long time since I've done a review of these guys, but one of my favorite micro brands, Veya. So they sent me in this Ocean Racer, which I've just pulled a picture up of, which is this one here with the metal. It's a good alternative if you like the look of that white Speedmaster, but you haven't got white Speedmaster money. They do a white reverse Panda version of this, so you can.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I'll do a review on it. The case is very. Yes, it's Mecha Quartz. It hasn't got the date, but I'm willing to still give it a go.
It's a sailing style chronograph. It looks a bit like the Taco Skipper. So it's that register at 3 o'clock. Is it sailing style?
It's I think but I think the subdials are it's Mecha Quartz, so one of them is 24 hours. So this one's continuous seconds, and then it's got a 12-hour bezel.
Right.
Oh, cool. I love that.
I like Fair. They're a good brand. They come up with some funky designs, some nice colorways, some different designs. I like the Arctic Diver. I like the yes, a lot of the different designs that they come out with.
Yeah, and they've got a couple more employees.
Cool brand.
Yeah, they've got a couple more employees now because it used to be Ryan and Reagan, the founders, that used to run the brand. And I keep trying to get them on a live stream, but they've got a couple more employees now, so nice to see that.
How's the bracelet on that at that price point? It's a pretty low price point.
Yeah, it's $400. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Quick release. It's got a little bit of the old Bojangles to it, but other than that, it's okay. But the actual case is as close to a case of a Speedmaster that I've seen, with the lugs and stuff like that. One of the interesting things as well is it looks like they're faux screw down pushers. They're not actually screw down pushers, but can you see a little bit of the knurling there? Looks like they're screw down pushers.
Yeah.
So I think they've gone for that aesthetic. So we'll see. I won't spoil the review. We'll save it for the review. But this one, it came on a couple
okay. I like that look at that watch. Sorry, I had to dig in.
Yeah, sorry for if I have to keep coughing. So let's just say hello to everyone, and then we'll kick it off. So ML Webb says no, he is a working agent. Over 10K Rolex is too much for him to afford. So I think that's a James Bond comment.
Yeah.
Good evening, Kevin. Thank you for the
Hi, Kevin.
Happy Easter email you sent over. Bill, thank you for joining us. Junior Johnson, thank you for joining us. Jeff Boyd. I don't know if this is the Jeff. Jeff, if you're the Jeff Boyd that I know quite well, let me know. And then Chief
that guy's going to be like, of course I am.
well, if you are the Jeff Boyd that I know, tell me what you sometimes wear on Zoom calls at work. And then
there we go.
Yeah, Chief of Watch. Hello, vacationing in Miami. Back to Spain in a couple of days. Happy Easter. Oh, you're actually quite close to me. So I'm in Orlando. And and before we kick it off, Thomas, thank you for joining us. And now that you've got the prestigious accreditation of being like best buds with Tim Mosso.
Oh well, he gives me a shout out. He likes to give me a shout out, so I try my best to get in there early on when he starts his shows. So try and get a shout out from him every show. So, but I got the first shout out on last week's show. On Monday's show, so yeah, I can proudly wear that on my collar now, on my shoulder, and
there you go, as well as that chip on the other one.
Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks for showing that. Thanks for it. Yeah, Jeff. Hi. Nice. It is the Jeff I know. And the correct answer was the correct answer was he sometimes wears a Chewbacca hoodie on Zoom calls, which is hilarious. Complete with belt. Anyway, so let's kick this off then. So I asked the panel the question: what would James Bond wear now, or what would be alternative picks for James Bond? I've got a full set of picks for Pete, but as he's not joined us yet, we will hang on for that. But let's
Junior Johnson. Just say Junior Johnson is saying in that James Bond should wear a Rolex. In my opinion,
James Bond should wear a Rolex. Okay.
Well, that's interesting, Junior.
Yeah, awesome. And Junior got the nice little badge there to say you're a channel member. Thank you so much. Jeff, you know me, but you don't seem to have the channel member little icon near you. So maybe we'll have to talk about that afterwards. Anyway, yes, become a channel member for only $1.99. Get some exclusive content and some exclusive videos and a little bit of a priority reading of your comments. So there you go. Okay, so let's kick this off. So in fact, Todd, we'll dive in with you. Your first pick, Breitling.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was trying to. How do I go out of the Rolex world, but something that's still going to be, sort of upscale enough that's going to look nice with the suit, but it's also going to do the job. And this watch, as you read down the specs, it's a pretty solid watch. It is 200 meters water resistance. You have a proper dive bezel on it, and you have a 24-hour scale for the GMT. I feel like, this is a proper Bond watch. If Bond ever were to go into the Breitling realm, it's handsome looking. You can wear this with a suit, and you can wear this with jeans. This is a proper watch, I think.
Yeah, and it's got that bullet bracelet. I've been
Mhm.
reviewing an alternative bullet bracelet from the Forstner guys, which I'll post that very soon. But yeah, I think this is a great pick actually because it's got that sophisticated ruggedness as well as a GMT time as he's going from place to place. So yeah, good first pick. Thomas, do you have any views on that one?
Yeah, it's a nice one. I like the Rouleau bracelet. It's very nice. It's luxury as well. It's in the luxury bracket, so he could pull that off with a tuxedo. Whether is it action ready? Do you think?
Well, I mean, if Q got hold of it, the bullet bracelet could actually be bullets. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. There's enough.
Yeah.
There's enough additional
that
metal
bracelet
there.
That bracelet's
Yeah,
bracelet's
you're
a
right
gun belt
there.
for a Walther PPK. You're good to go.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're right. You're right. Actually, yeah, I've been proven wrong. Yeah,
Or you could
totally.
lash it over a rope and zip line down with it. I mean, they're that robust, aren't they? Those Breitling bracelets.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only bracelet to be included in James Bond and Seinfeld, it could have the prestigious title
That's
of.
right. Oh man, Jerry always with the Breitling every episode of Seinfeld.
Always. Cool, awesome. That was a great pick. Todd. Okay, let's go, Thomas. Go on. Let's kick this off with you went in with the fears, giving our
Yeah.
friend
Now this would be his dress watch. This would be his all British, all English, the true British Bond dress watch. Not just dress watch, but this would be the one he could really pull off with a tuxedo, I think. A British brand. It's got a nice 5-link bracelet. It's got an ETA 2824-2 movement, 150-meter water resistant. I mean, a lot of the watches I've gone for have been quartz because I think that the military, and he's coming from a military background, Bond, so I think that a lot of them would be maybe quartz, but this isn't. But I mean, a lot of the franchised watches, the Omegas, have been automatic, so that's good enough for me. And it's good enough for this. This is a stunning watch. You could put this is his Casino Royale watch for me. Yeah, gorgeous. I did cons possibly maybe not rugged enough, but I haven't tried one myself. I haven't put one through its paces. But it's a gorgeous watch. Look at it. I mean, dark blue dial, fits his navy colors.
Yeah.
Gorgeous
No,
watch.
I agree. This got the sophistication, has it? The onion crown looks like it could be undone and there would be like a fuse or something in it, doesn't it? So it definitely has some extra bits in there. You could put some gadgets on there.
Definitely.
Plus, Nicholas does look like he could be in the
he
James
does.
Bond, special
Nicholas
tailor, or he could be in Q branch.
You could be Q.
Nicholas. Yeah. Nicholas is Q. That's right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nicholas is Q. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was a great pick. Okay, so let me go to my first one. I also had a Breitling. There's just something I think about Breitling that I also immediately thought of Breitling because there was a Breitling in it.
There's a top time, wasn't there? There's a top time used.
Was that Thunderball or was it was one of them, wasn't it? Goldfinger or something?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it was a modified one, so you didn't know it was a Breitling. And it was like was it a Geiger counter or something on it? He went swimming, didn't he? He was trying to locate, I think, if anybody knows in the comments. But Yeah, so I went with Breitling as well, and I, very similar to Todd, I was thinking ruggedness, GMT as well. I thought I might go with the quartz one, but somebody else went with that one. So I think this would be a good pick. It's got the heft to it as well, so you could perhaps use it as a knuckle duster if you needed to in a pinch. Plus it's plus it's got the it's got a bezel that could be something as well, and then it's got the the ruggedness, and it's got that the sporty look, but that's also quite smart, like the Omega, I think.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I like
yeah, it's
it.
a handsome watch.
Yeah, it's more rugged and robust looking than the Chronomat. I think it's the Avengers are a lot more rugged, I feel, and this is definitely a watch that Bond could pull off, and would be more. This is a more action looking watch, I think, a more oomph to it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that pip at the 12 o'clock or the 24-hour at the top, that's definitely got room for a laser in it, a la
For sure.
Oh yeah,
a la,
yeah.
Goldfinger. Goldeneye. Okay, let's just see what we've got from the audience here. So Jeff, soon to be a channel member, says, I'd say the 2024 Mr. Bond would be wearing a Tudor. Well, okay. Well, there you go. It says he'll be a member soon. Aaron says Bond should wear a Jack Mason, as if that was a quote from me. Thank you, Aaron. I am a fan of the old Jack Mason. This may contain product placement. And then Chief of Watch says, if Bond went back to Rolex, he would have to pay above retail to get on the wait list. Just keep with Omega. Well, you never know. I wonder if Q Branch have got a secret in there. And then John at Tea and Tickers says, the Christopher Ward C63 Titanium 1000.
Quick, Jeff, get in there, Jeff, get in there.
Oh, and then let's have a look here. And then Orange Hand says, you can't wear a G-Shock and drive an Aston Martin. Patek Aquanaut is my pick. That is a good pick, actually.
I was on the same space with Orange Hand. Like, I was looking at all those G-Shocks and going, he's never wearing that with a tuxedo. And I looked at that Patek Aquanaut and I was like, I'm right there with you. I just didn't make my picks.
Yeah, that I do like the Aquanaut, but they've got their crazy prices now, aren't they? I think they used to be like the affordable Patek, didn't they, at one time? God, I said one time.
Until John Mayer thought they were cool.
Yes. And who was it with? Was it who was with John Mayer this week? Oh, Rich from Studio Underdog.
Oh yeah,
met John Mayer this week. He was on Instagram. It was Adrian at Barker.
Adrian Barker, and Andrew
McCutcheon.
That's it.
It was a whole crew.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was such a cool thing. I don't know what the context was because I just saw the one picture on Instagram, but it seemed like a pretty cool meetup. I wonder whether that was what John Mayer had to do to get a pizza watch. He's like, no, you've got to come in person if you want the pizza watch.
That's right.
There you go. And then William says the Bullifer Oceanograph GMT in gold. Okay, yeah,
it's a good looking watch. That one.
Yeah, let's pull that up. Let's pull it.
That's one I've been sitting at the kind of the edge of, because I'm more in the affordable realm of watch collecting, and this one is like, it's a looker.
Oh, okay. So this is So this is the old Devil Diver then. The Devil Diver style. Yeah.
They in a root beer. I mean, it's a good looking watch.
Yeah, it's a good looking watch. The only thing I never used to like,
and I think that has
9075.
I was going to say it has the proper GMT hand.
Yes, so it's got the 9075 that's in the Jack Mason, as Aaron previously said, and also I've just reviewed the Zelos Mako 2 that had the 9075. Yeah, that's a pretty cool movement. So it seems like Miyota are really pushing that one at the moment, and I'm here for it. It's quite
I think isn't Citizen Group a owner of Miyota, or there's somehow they're
Citizen own. Yes, they own Miyota. Yes, Citizen own Miyota.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they own Frederick Constant and then Bulliver, of course,
Yep.
Citizen. Cool.
Just
And
like to
then...
say a shout out to Watch Chris if he wants to hop on.
Oh yeah, where is
And, if he wants to hop on and give his Bond watch picks, that'd be great.
Yeah, watch Chris. Yeah, definitely. Chris, I'll you know where the link is. I'll send it on WhatsApp. Cool, awesome. Oh, hello from the Holorology Dungeon. And then Junior says upvoted.
Hi, Patel.
Yeah, Thomas, I'll join. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so next picks then of James Bond, future James Bond watches. Todd, I think we're back round to you. Oh, you took one for the team here. You had to.
Look, I had to. I know it's gonna create a flame war or whatever, but let's be honest. This would be a perfect James Bond watch. And after Q worked with it, it would have every possible function available. I mean,
You're right in a way.
It's a dive watch. It's a dive computer. It does GMT. I don't know what it can't do. So yeah, it's terrible. It's the future, but the future James Bond might be wearing that watch.
Oh yeah, he could hack it. He could literally do everything with this, couldn't he? He could hack into a door with it.
Yeah.
Instead of the little ticker tape that comes out with the message out of his other watch, obviously the text message would just come straight through there.
It's already getting some feedback.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry for asking time. But
yeah,
Dad Mod says it would be digital, at least.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's a great pick.
Yeah.
And then we've got
Jonathan Quell-Higgins III saying James Bond should go back to Seiko.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I had a Seiko pick, but someone said they already had one, so I changed mine.
Oh yeah, there we go. And then SJ says, I have an Apple Watch that I only use for workouts, and the best part of my Apple Watch experience is taking it off and putting on a mechanical watch.
Fair enough. I double wrist.
I think the Seiko LCD be a good one.
Yeah.
Or the Pulsar LCD that he wore. The red LED one, was it? Or LCD?
Red LED one. Yeah, but this is practically every Bond gadget, isn't there? Because it is.
You're right.
The TV would easily go on there.
Yeah. He could control everything from this, couldn't he? He could control the satellites. He could control the guns. He could control his car. He could control drive his car to him. He could do everything.
The orange action button could definitely be for the laser, because I know the laser's important. So it
has to be.
gotta be a laser.
But having said that, the laser, I mean, the battery on these things, though, the laser might drain it quite a bit. You have to charge it halfway through.
We'd have to take a tip from Hamilton and run a wire up his wrist to a battery pack somewhere else in the suit. That's all.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Okay, so then let's go to Thomas and your second pick, which is the Zin.
Yeah, I'm in love with this Zin. It's the Zin UX EZM 2B. It's 5,000 meter water resistant. It's a high precision ETA quartz movement with a temperature compensated, anti-magnetic, reliable from -20 degrees to 60 degrees C. It's filled with 3M fluorinated oil for readability from every angle without reflection or fogging. It's German submarine steel case and bracelet, tegmented bezel, loomed hands. Just amazing. Just this would be. This is issued to the German military special forces, and the only thing about it is it's not the cons are it's not hyper luxury, and it's that's the only thing I can think about. Is it's not a hyper luxury watch. So, but this is the all-action Bond watch for me.
Yeah.
Withstand anything. You know, it's super action man watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good pick, isn't it? Because it's got the robustness as well that he requires, and then yeah, I think this is a good pick. Yeah. Any views on this one, Todd?
It's definitely a solid choice. Zen just happens to be one of those brands that I never get excited about, but I can respect what this watch is doing. And Thomas is correct. It's everything that a man of action would want to have on his wrist. I don't love them, but it works as a Bond watch.
Fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, well, let's go on to the next picks here. Just let me get onto my next screen. And my next pick is
we got Patel Philippe saying that the Rolex 6538 is it's that or bust. So we've got another person saying Rolex, agreeing with Junie Johnson.
Okay.
Some people saying Rolex, stick with the Rolex.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll go to my next. I'll go to my next pick then. And actually, John gave this one away because I also had the C60 Elite 1000 with the titanium bracelet. My thinking is that it's a 1,000-meter diver, so he's got no problem if he needs to go diving with it. It's titanium, it's light, very robust. Of course, it's a British brand with the English flag on the dial as well as the Swiss flag, and it's also extremely robust, extremely legible. Screw down crown. I think this would be quite a good pick because even though it's a 1,000-meter diver, it's still very, very wearable. I think there's a ton of extra. Probably could get a few extra gadgets in there as well on there. So yeah, as Dad's Mod says, CWs are also English. Chris J says upvoted. Thank you, everyone. Yes, so I had to go with the Christopher Ward. John gave it away there, but he knows I love this one.
It's a great choice, and I mean, I was going to vote the CW, the C63 Sealander GMT, for the same reason. Like these are great watches. I'm unabashed fan of Christopher Ward, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the 1,000-meter war resistance is something that you can. Any watch with that sort of capability, you can put in the box for a James Bond watch to be considered.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Patel Phillips says only if it fits on a NATO. I've worn mine on a NATO, so it definitely does fit on a NATO, which is more than I can say for my my Bremont.
Do you think, as a con though? Do you think the pros and cons? Do you think it's a hyper luxury watch? Could he pull this off with a tuxedo on a NATO strap?
Yeah,
you
might
could
be
this
right.
One. I mean, I don't know. The black. It doesn't have the ceramic bezel, and the black dials on Christopher Ward's are like gloss. They're beautiful. I mean, I think you could.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I know where you're going with this, Thomas. It's certainly not as luxurious as perhaps the Breitlings that we've looked at, but yeah. Cool. Okay, if we got any more picks from the audience, okay, let's go back around again then. So, Thomas, your next one, and then it might be fun to do Pete's picks and then try and work out why you picked them.
Yeah, sure.
But you actually went with a proper special services watch.
Well, James Bond in the films, it's been established that he's served in the SBS, the Special Boat Service. So I'm going for Mad Watch Collector and Tea and Ticker's favourite, this one. This is a CWC SBS Diver issue quartz, built for the elite units of the British Forces, Royal Marines and Special Boat Service. Been supplied since 1987 and currently issued to certain units. Built to military defense specifications. It's 300-meter war resistant using a Ronda Swiss-made quartz. Now, the cons. It's got fixed bars, so you can only wear it with a NATO strap.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether it's suited tuxedo, like down at the casino, down picking up the Bond girls, okay, for swimming in the beach or for the rough adventure stuff, but does it cut what the Fears does? Does it do what the Fears watch does? With the suave bracelet and the sort of like nice looking sort of it's a British brand again, so it ticks that box, but has it got the suaveness of the Fears?
I know what you mean. Also, if you had a super villain, if he was undercover, but you had a super villain that knew about watches, it might give him away, mightn't it? That
absolutely, it could give him away. Someone who knows about militaries might say, "Oh, you've been in the SBS, haven't you?" Yeah. So that is a giveaway. That's one downfall about the watch. That's one of the cons. Yeah. It's a blatant giveaway about where it's serving, who it's served for, and is it really an agent's watch? It's a military watch, but is it an agent's watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Todd?
I'm kind of coming around to. I mean, look, I still like to wear dress watches, and I like to wear watches for occasions. But I think the modern world doesn't. They don't care. I mean, so a lot of guys are one watch guys, and I think maybe James Bond wears that with a suit, and no one blinks an eye because no one's really looking at our watches anyway, right? Like, so he could totally get away with it, and just of course I'm wearing this watch. That's who I am. So I'm on the fence on it. I think just like the Christopher Ward could go, I think you wear the watch doesn't wear you. You got to wear it with confidence.
Okay. Yeah. No. Good point. Good point. And then Jurassic Time says, yeah, the CWC would likely be operations issue. It's the supervillain is the one who'd be wearing the Rolex.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's correct.
And then
while petting the cat.
Yes.
Well, would the supervillain be wearing a Patek Philippe, do you think? Or
oh, sure. Okay. Yeah.
A Piaget or a Vacheron or something like that. I think the supervillain be wearing something more high end than a Rolex.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, then I think Todd, this is your next pick, but this might be more of a. Is this if you were imagining yourself as James Bond? What should
potentially?
You wear?
But let's just go with my logic here. First of all, someone else already said it in the comments that Tudor would be what he would be wearing now, and the original James Ian Fleming, he was a big fan of the Rolex Explorer, the original, and I feel like this is sort of like a modern take on that 369 dial Explorer. It's 100 meters water resistance. It's got in-house movement. It's robust. It's anti-magnetic. It does all the things, and it looks great with a tuxedo. You got you're covering all the spots here. So yes, it is my favorite watch. Sure, okay, but it is a great watch.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. And yeah, the snowflake hand would lend itself to having some kind of extra gadgetry to it, wouldn't it? Like a Geiger counter, a compass, or something.
Definitely, that's a great idea. It's almost Rolex, though, isn't it? It's all in a way. It's almost Rolex being Tudor, but I get you. It's a great dress watch, like the Fears. It's a beautiful bracelet. It's a classic dressed sort of action watch as well. All rounder. Go anywhere, do anything. Guard a watch.
Exactly. They put their new not Jubilee. I don't even know why they're afraid to call it a Jubilee when they are owned by Rolex. Like, I get it why everybody else does it, but like, that's a beautiful bracelet.
Yeah. a very British sounding name as well, doesn't it, Jubilee? But Jurassic Time made the best comment, of course, which is it doesn't have the date.
Listen, you gotta let it go. When he's traveling all over the world, it's different time zones.
But he needs the date. Yeah, he needs the date. Because also the date, maybe it could double up as Morse code or something. Although
Yeah,
he probably
absolutely.
would have a mobile phone on him.
It's only because this is Sam picturing himself as James Bond now, but I flip it back on you.
Exactly.
I think you're right though, Sam. The date function could double up as something. It could double up as something, some coding function, or to translate, or to.
Or the shutter of the camera, maybe, if there's a little tiny camera under there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You could put some emojis on there. Oh, no.
Yeah. Besides, I don't imagine myself being James Bond after I just saw Jason Statham be the beekeeper. I think I want to be a beekeeper now. It's a great film if nobody's seen it. It's just awesome, full of lines, full of great quotes.
I love Jason Statham. So
it's so good because he gets it. He's a beekeeper, but also a super assassin, and you'll be saying "protect the hive" for days afterwards.
Is it?
You've got to protect the hive.
Is it a Guy Ritchie one?
No, but it's good. It does you the very good courtesy of the plot setup is John Wick 1 in length. Like it's literally the first 5 minutes of the film. You're like, okay, now we know why he's upset, and then you've just done the rest of it. If anybody's not seen if anybody's a Jason Statham fan, even a John Wick fan actually, because they're actually very similar in narrative and the world building, even down to the tatted out ladies in the secret exchange. But yeah, if you're Jason Statham fan, you're not seeing Beekeeper, definitely watch Beekeeper.
I know it's on my watch list this week now.
Yeah, and then let me know how many days it was that you kept saying you got to protect the hive afterwards. So anyway, is it? No, Tom. So we did Thomas, we did me. I've got a few bonus ones as well. Now I went with the Rolex.
Yeah.
So I did the Rolex.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite release of last year by Rolex. Yeah. When you see it in the metal not in the metal, but I saw it through the glass window at Watches and Wonders, and it looks gorgeous, beautiful. I call it the Submariner 2.0. I call it the Submariner 2.0 because it's basically what modern day Submariner should look like.
It's
I love that. I love that bezel treatment. That's one of my favorites that is out there. I love the way that looks.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. I think this probably would be, if he was going with Rolex, this would probably be the one he went for, because was the No Time to Die, was that titanium, the Omega? Certainly looked like it had a titanium.
Yes,
it was
No Time to Die was titanium. Yeah. No Time to Die was, yeah.
Yeah, so this is, he can go without the Fotina now on this new Rolex. Got titanium. He's all about, he set the precedent now that a titanium watch is spy-worthy. Plus, it's got dressy. It's got the robustness about it. It's got sophistication. It's got the Cyclops on there if you needed to catch the sun and burn your way through a lock or something.
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah, well, that was my pick. And then have we got any more from the
Orange Hand has a nice comment.
Yeah, I think I might have just been taking a lot of cold and flu meds. That this might be why I'm in a pseudo manic. Pseudo. It's them on a Mucinex high.
Brilliant.
Oh yes. Okay. So actually, let's go through. We thought Pete was going to join us, so hopefully Pete's okay. In fact, there's been some time changes, so I'm wondering whether he thinks this is an hour later than it is, because I think he's in Australia and we've got some different time changes. But why don't we try and go through Pete's picks and work out what he picked? But before that, Todd, you had one more pick, didn't you? Your pick was, there we go.
Yeah,
let's do your pick.
Yeah, that's the budget.
Classic. Love it. Seiko Arnie.
Yeah, it's a great watch, and quartz, solar powered. It's not going to give out on them. Lots of functionality, super rugged. I think I mean, I know I'm an 80s kid, but man, That's a great watch. My son has one, and I get jealous every time I see him wearing it. I'm like, man, I got to get one of those. It's a great watch.
Well,
I've got one of the original H558s, and it's an icon of the 80s. Predator,
Yeah.
Commando.
yeah.
Just it's an Arnie icon. I love it.
Well, that's the only
Brilliant
that's the only downside to this, isn't it? It's less spy sort of infiltrating, to find his daughter. This is I'm just coming in the front door, like
right.
Yeah,
I'm kicking in the front door.
No spycraft involved. It's a bazooka with four rockets.
door kicking.
Yeah.
Arnold holding like a 50 cal, just go blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Instead of interrogating the
rocket launcher on his shoulder.
Yeah. Instead of interrogating the foreign agents, just hold them over a cliff by their leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
I told you I'd kill you last, Sully. I lied.
I lied. Just pure poetry.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, we were having a good chat in our before this about it. Somebody mentioned that The Rock is the best Bond film that was ever made, and I have to agree. Actually,
that was Ricky who said that. And that is a great film.
Yeah, it is a great. I need to watch it again actually because that used to be one of my favorites. It came out sort of mid 90s, didn't it? Mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's have a little bit of fun and try. Yeah, sorry.
I was saying the Orange Hand has a good comment here about the gentleman has a lot of. There's watches are mentioned as part of the plot line.
Yes. This is a great film, isn't it?
Oh no, it's like, a TV series now.
Oh yeah, okay, yes.
Netflix.
I've only watched the first episode of it, of the TV series, but the film is pretty good with
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. The guy who was in was in Succession, he's in it as well, isn't he?
Yep.
Henry Goulding as well is pretty good in there as well, and Colin Firth, is it in there as well?
Yeah.
No, not Colin Firth.
Colin. Oh, I can't think of his name now.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, that guy, the Irish guy.
The Irish guy. Yeah. Do you remember what he's called? Thomas, the Irish actor who's in everything. He played Penguin in the last Batman.
Oh, I can't remember. No.
Yeah.
Colin.
Colin Farrell.
Yep.
Colin Farrell.
There we go.
There
Thank you, Dad Mods.
Thank you. Thank Dad Mods. Came to the rescue. Okay, let's. Should we have a little bit of fun and work out what Pete was going to say about his ones? So,
firstly, I'd just say that Pete did a video on what the Bond would wear now, and he did a great video about it. So I've checked that out, and I commented about some of the watches that I picked, and Pete made a counter comment. So I'll come to that when you bring up his watch.
Oh, so we've done a homage to that video inadvertently. Maybe that's why he didn't join our protest.
Yeah.
No, but the Aerospace Evo, love it. What a great watch. I mean, this is brilliant. I mean, this could be a perfect Bond watch. It's got digital readouts. Yeah. It's got an analog display for the time. It's you could have all sorts of stuff going on the digital readouts. You could have a, sort of, it's a computer for the wrists. It's a bit like it's a bit like the iWatch that you picked out, the Apple Watch. You could have all sorts going on with this. I love the Aerospace Evo.
It's the Seiko Arnie for 10 times the price. That's what we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right, Thomas, because I had the Breitling B1 that had this very similar Annie Digi layout like that, and the chronograph, when it goes off, it does look like an 80s countdown bomb to a bomb timer or something. So yeah, you could absolutely use that, twist the bezel, and then throw the watch like he does in Is It Spectre, where he throws the watch, explodes. But yeah, this is like super accurate, super quartz, is it they call it?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Awesome. So let's see if there's any other picks. Yes, actually, somebody put Orange Hand put super villains wear
Yes.
a Richard Mille, and I actually had in our bonus section, which I had picked for James Bond, but perhaps we could use it for this. Of course, it hasn't gone a month by that I haven't mentioned this one.
Oh,
But the
wow,
Sylvester
yeah.
Stallone Richard Mille.
Mr. Stallone.
Stallone Richard Mille.
Yeah.
And luckily, before anybody is upset that it's a limited edition, I have found one on Chrono. So for 950,000 US.
What? $1 million? $1 million?
Well, that's cheap. That's cheap, Thomas. They retail for over $1 million.
Wow.
Your 50K you're saving there. That's not to be sniffed at.
Well, and as Sam likes to say, this could be used as a knuckle duster in a pinch.
Exactly, but I'm not sure. I couldn't read. He hasn't put in the description whether the water purification tablets are still in date, which I think is important. This is very important because that little hatch there has water purification tablets in, and if they're not, you don't want them to patina if you need them in a pinch.
No,
that's for sure.
Just don't click on buy, Sam. Don't click buy wherever you do.
Suggest a price. So yes, and then this has got all sorts of attachments. It's got a compass attachment. Obviously, it's got that multifunctional bezel on there, and all sorts on there. So this would be perhaps too overstated for James Bond, but maybe like to Orange Hand's point, it's a very good super villains watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and actually, So Todd, you just started this comment from Rob here.
Yeah.
This one.
It's a good point.
How would it is a good point. It is a good point. Yeah. How exactly? So the old silicon hairspring.
Silicon hairspring wins. Yeah.
Yeah. No, great point. Great point. Let's go to next one of Pete's one. Pete actually also had a Zin, which I think he picked because it was robust.
This one, I left a comment in Pete's video about mine, and he said that he counter-commented saying he would rather choose this. He said that mine was for door kickers, and that Bond wasn't a door kicker, he's an agent. So he'd wear a U50 instead of the UX EZM2B. So fair, I'll take Pete's comment on board, and fair enough. Bond is an agent, so he's not a door kicker. He's an agent. So yeah, okay. So this is a great watch. Love it. Again, big fan of Zin. U50 is a great watch. It's using the hydro oil-filled dial as well.
Okay, so it's quartz as well. Yep.
Quartz as well, yeah. So pretty much the same as the one I picked, but just slightly smaller as well. So it's more. You could pull this one off in the casino a bit more, in the dinner banquet hall, and in the bar chatting up the Bond girl. So not as big as the one I chose, but a lovely pick.
Yeah, it does say it's anti-magnetic there as well, but I wonder whether anti-magnetic enough to stop an
EMP.
Yeah, an EMP pulse. Oh yeah, and then Patel Philippe says the Zin Navitimer or Breitling Navitimer. That's a good one as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is a good one. Yeah, good choice, Patel.
Yeah, the Breitling Navitimers have really shot up in price. And then I was chatting to somebody at work. I forgot who I was chatting to. Maybe JR at work, and he was saying, "Well, what about the?" I said, "Did you know that Zin made one?" But even the Zin ones have gone up quite a bit now as well. I mean, they're not $9,000 like the Breitling ones are, but they've gone up as well. And I think they still make it. I think it's still a current model. In fact, we should look here, shouldn't we? Let's see. Wouldn't it be under? Oh, instrument chronographs. It would be under, wouldn't it? Let's see. Is it this? The 936? Nope. Oh, I'm gonna be clicking all over the place now. But yeah, Zin also make a Navitimer version as well.
Well, Ian Fleming wrote the Zin, the Casino Royale in 1953, and that was when the Explorer came out.
Okay.
And also the Navitimer came out in 1952. So I think that could be a worthy watch that could have been chosen
Okay.
for Bond to wear. Came out in 1952, so it was on the market, and it was a good watch for Bond to wear, I think. You know, it's got all the gadgets, it's got lots of buttons to press, it's got a few different functions, and
so the Rolex Explorer 2, you're saying?
no, the
No, I think
Explorer
it's
1.
Explorer 1. Yeah.
The original Explorer came out in 53, and the Navitimer came out in 52.
Yeah, it didn't. It was Fleming, didn't he wear the Explorer?
Yeah,
Wasn't
He
that
wore
his
the
watch?
Explorer.
yeah, it's his personal watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
He was meant to have said that was the watch that he wanted Bond to wear, and it was only because someone on set had a Submariner that Sean Connery got to wear the Submariner. That's how we get to know that the Submariner is the Bond watch, and everyone recognises the Submariner as being the Bond watch.
Yeah, and they had the NATO. They wanted him to wear his regiment colours or something, and they were only available in 18 mil, so that's why it looks under. So we've got a couple more picks from.
That's a good pick.
Dad's Mod says the 356 Flieger.
Lovely, love it.
Is that a
great watch?
No.
Yeah, it came out. It's re-released this year as the 356 Classic Flieger Classic. Bobby Legs has got one. He's a big fan of that watch.
Okay,
it's a really nice one. It's that's the one. Yeah,
it's a good looking watch.
on there.
Great looking watch.
That's a Zin I actually like. That's nice looking.
Yeah, I've always liked them, but I've never pulled the trigger on one for whatever reason.
It looks like there's a Longines that looks like that right now.
Yes, yeah, there is.
I can't think of it. Yeah, it looks like that.
I wonder if they have the maybe Zin don't make that Navitimer one anymore.
The 903.
Is that what it was?
The 903. I don't think they do.
Yeah. So if anybody's wondering why I'm having this cold medication induced psychosis about the Zin Navitimer, Zin actually Breitling they licensed the patent or something from Breitling, or licensed the design, didn't they? So for a period of time they were making Navitimers.
Zin bought the rights to the Navitimer off Breitling. Yeah. When Breitling weren't doing too well. Zin bought the rights to the Navitimer.
That's not far off one, is it? I suppose not. No, it's not exactly the same though. But yeah, cool. Okay, well let's have a look at some other picks. So we've got Boracic Time says Citizen Night.
He's right. That's one of my favorite watches. Mine's in my windowsill right now, charging.
Solar powered watch. Exactly that. I mean, what great idea. I mean, charge it up. You got 6 months power.
This is a new one.
Charge 6 months power after a charge. I mean, solar powered are just the future of quartz, I think.
Yeah, and this looks like it's some kind of this dial at the bottom could be some kind of Geiger counter or something, perhaps.
Yeah.
Respond. Yeah, awesome.
The one I have is the one that looks more like a Breitling.
Okay.
It's the here. Hold on.
A little bit of show and tell. A
little bit of show and tell while we're talking about it. I think this would be a great.
Okay, you going solo?
Watch.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic watch. And GMT, proper GMT. The hour hand moves independently. Love this watch.
Yeah. One of those, and my wife likes those dating shows, and the one Love is Blind. One of the guys had that. Or maybe it was Love at First Sight. I think it was Love at First Sight, where they basically turn up and they marry the person without knowing them.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, Sam, you're all right.
I'm okay. I'll survive. I'll soldier on. Okay, so let's see who else we've got. So best Bond best Bond watch should have been the Series Explorer 5513 Explorer dial. Okay, awesome. And then
yeah, that's a Submariner with the Explorer dial. The Submariner 5513 with the Explorer dial. That's a gorgeous Submariner.
Yeah, so Orange Hand says Breitling went bankrupt and Zim bought their stock of parts and put their name on the dials.
Yeah.
Then they started making their own. They never bought a license and never used the Navitimer name. That's interesting. That's one of them stories. Perhaps.
But that watch for a while looked exactly like a Breitling Navitimer.
Yeah. Actually, let's pull one up. We've got time, so let's have a look on Chrono 24. Just let me bookmark my bookmark that Richard Mill so I can come back later.
Maybe make an offer at 925,000 and see how it goes.
I know. Start haggling over.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, so Todd, you're spot on.
There you go.
They're very, very similar.
Very similar.
3,800. That one. Let's see what the other ones have got. Private seller 2,870. That's actually that really looks like one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With that the rehort there, that's the measurement scale. It's really good looking. Yeah, they did a great job of that. And there's one with the date as well for me. Awesome.
Perfect. Oh, look how the date's displayed.
Oh yes, it's kind of a bit.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
it's at the 430, but it's vertical.
Yeah,
it needs to be big date. Doesn't need to be big date. I think it needs to be a bit bigger.
You know what we should have put on? Actually, speaking of Thomas's newfound fame on Watchbox, the new blank pan, the
the 50 fathoms. The new 50 fathoms,
that would be a good
42 mil.
one. Yeah,
42 mil one.
It's not. Is it even out yet, or is it?
I think so. 42 mil, 50 fathoms.
Yeah, let's have a look and see if they've got it. Because that was that. I mean, Tim Mosso was like spot on there, wasn't he? This thing was absolutely a stunner.
That was that when Casino Royale was written, when Ian Fleming wrote Casino Royale. The original 50 fathoms.
Yeah, it is this one, isn't it? Yeah, 18,400 titanium.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is. I'd love 50 fathoms, but they're just that one cheeky side, aren't they? Oh, do we have any questions for exquisite timepieces? Yeah, because it's a really good looking. That's really good looking, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Really good looking. I love it. Yeah.
Let's see if there's any other. Oh, there's the blue, isn't it? That's the blue. Oh yeah. But 19,300.
Swatch has one for a bargain, so you can get that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this actually would be a good Bond watch, wouldn't it? Because it's titanium.
Yeah.
Pretty robust.
Yeah,
and it's got the there you go, Todd. We've righted the world. There's a 4:30 date that's off to a jaunty angle, as we'd say in the UK.
No, I like that other one. I like the way that other one worked.
I like the other one as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. Well, that was cool. Well, that was a really fun show. Thank you. We had a lot of audience participation. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. A big thanks to the panel.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, sorry. Apologies to Pete if he's watching this back and I got the times wrong. But thanks for the picks. Oh, Pete. I'll leave it there. Pete also said any Grand Seiko because of the movement and stuff like that. I forgot to mention that. But before I die here of coughing to death, we'll leave it there. But thank you everyone for watching. Big thanks to the panel, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great Easter, everyone.
Yes. Happy Easter for everyone that celebrates it. Happy Easter. Awesome.
See you next
Thanks,
time.
everyone. Bye.